Good morning, everyone. Dan Bates, President and CEO, Greater Hamilton Chamber of Commerce, and we are so glad you could join us this morning for another episode of Coffee and Conversation. So today we're really excited for a really interesting conversation about the CHIPS program, and I know it's in review, but I'm sure they're going to give us some insight into what's happening in the future too. So at least I'm going to challenge them to talk about that a little bit. So we have Jeanne Pope and Chamina Curtis with us, and they will be introducing themselves and starting in just a few moments. Let me tell you how this works. We are on Zoom. If you are on Zoom with us, you can ask questions of the presenters. I'm sure they won't mind if you interrupt or put in the chat box to ask a question. If you're on Facebook Live, type your questions in and Tiffany will make sure that those questions get answered by our speakers. So you know how it works. You know who I am. We're going to find out who all of you are. I think we're going to turn it over to Gino to do introductions. Gino.
Thank you, Dan. Every time Dan does that introduction, I feel like I'm on a podcast with millions looking across the world.
Same thing, Gino, same thing.
Same thing. I know. First thing I always do is thank everybody for attending. We do appreciate it. I love these. I learn something every time I'm on one. And I'm going to go around and introduce all of the great people on here, and I will come back to our presenters as the last one. So I'm going to go left to right on mine, and I'm going to start off with my good friend I've known for years, Ben Cornish. How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm doing well, Gino. Thank you very much. And good morning to everyone on the call this morning. Looking forward to the information that's about to be presented. Ben Cornish with First Financial Bank, Community Outreach and Financial Education Specialist for the Hamilton area.
Thank you, sir. And I should have said also that you have a brief amount of time to say who you are and where you're from. Jennifer from Modern Psychiatry. How are you? Are psychology or psychiatry? Psychology.
Psychiatry.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, Gino. How are you today?
Good.
Well, I'm Jennifer. I'm with Modern Psychiatry. I am an outreach program manager, and I am also training to assist in our transcranial magnetic stimulation area. So lots of fun and exciting things that we're doing at Modern Psychiatry.
Thank you so much for joining. Jennifer Kendall. Jennifer, I think you have us on mute.
Well, that would be why I couldn't say anything. Hi, I'm Jennifer Kendall. I'm with Serve City. I'm the food pantry manager. This is, I think, only my second time coming, but like you said, every time I'm on here, I learn something new. So I'm excited about today's topic.
Outstanding. Thank you so much for coming. Ironically enough, I was at your office yesterday. As a baseball coach, I just changed from Purcell Marion to Princeton, and I had all these hoodies and sweatshirts and t-shirts and things like that. So I reached out to Pastor Shack asking her where I could carry some of these. I didn't want to necessarily throw them away. She mentioned Serve City, so I went over there and saw my buddy Jeff and dropped them off. So thank you so much for what you do, Jennifer.
Yes, thank you.
Zach Bohannon, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. This is Zach Bohannon. I'm the Butler County Field Representative for Congressman Warren Davidson's office. Our office is located in Westchester, and it's good to be with you all today. I do apologize in advance. I may need to jump off around 9:30 for a staff meeting, staff call, but happy to hang with you here for as long as possible, and look forward to the insight.
Thank you. So appreciate you being here. And every time I get to this lady, she's the first person I met when I came on the chamber. Sandy, good morning.
Good morning. Sandy Kusnop with Frank's Glass. We're a full service glass company. We do automobile, residential, and commercial glass.
Great. Now, as I get to our outstanding staff, Tiffany Grubb.
Hi, good morning. I'm Tiffany Grubb, Director of Marketing at the Greater Hamilton Chamber.
And the one who puts this all together and leads us in it. Good morning, Laura.
Hello, everyone. I'm Laura Merrill with the Greater Hamilton Chamber. Glad you have you all with us today. Have all of you with us. That.
We got it. We got it. Thank you. And now we'll get to our outstanding presenters. I've got a chance to meet both of these ladies and spend some time with them. So I am so anxious to learn about the program, learn more about the program. So we've got Jeanne Pope and Chamina Curtis. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, it's all yours now.
Will do. I'll go ahead and share the screen. We're so happy to be here. Welcome to Chips in Review. We've got some great things to talk to you about. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Wonderful. So we're going to start off with a little bit of facts. CHIPS began in 2020 in the middle of a pandemic. We wanted to have an outreach and create an avenue for young people to exercise some of their ambitions and their dreams in reference to workforce. We wanted to specifically concentrate on young people of color and create avenues and increase the diversity within the organizations here in the city of Hamilton. And we're going to tell you a little bit about our successes today. We'll tell you, give you some information on some of the interns that have had amazing success stories. And then we have an invitation for everyone at the end of our program. But I'm going to turn it right on over to my cohort and the co-founder with me, Ms. Chamina Curtis.
Well, good morning, everyone. As Jeanne said, we are excited and honored to be here with you today. So, CHIPS. What does CHIPS stand for? It stands for the Citywide Hamilton Internship Program. And our mantra or our motto is that we're more than just an internship program. Ooh, I love the snaps. And so what that means is that we're built upon 4 pillars that are integrated and they reinforce each other. And as Jeanne shared, I'm going to briefly tell you what they are, and then we're going to do a tag team of going back and forth to bring these concepts to life by giving you a glimpse into what does that look like. And then we can't wait for the end when we're going to actually give you an invitation so you can experience it for yourself. So with that being said, what is CHIPS at its core? CHIPS is an internship program, again, as Jeanne shared, primarily for people of color. They're ages 16 to 30. They work up to 20 hours a week for 12 weeks. So that's the basic tenets of the program. And the 4 pillars are career experiences, community engagement, leadership development, and then community aftercare. So that's kind of the gist of the outline of the program. So Jeanne, let's jump right into career experiences. So this delectable dish was created by one of our interns. I want to tell you, career experiences is what we do is we try to meet students where they are. So we have an interviewing process where we ask them, what are you interested in? What are you doing next? And this dish right here was designed and created in conjunction with the chef at Chamina Bistro. And it was done by Rosalba Sanchez, a 16-year-old Dayton High School student who was interested in the culinary arts. So we reached out to Tyler from Chamina Bistro, and here's the cool thing about Tyler is he enthusiastically agreed to host one of our students. Because one of his missions is not only are they looking for fresh entrees, but they're also looking for ways to introduce students to the hospitality industry. So we connected them, and Rosalba was working there. What was really cool is she said, they were like, hey.
Sham, real quick, I'm so sorry. For some reason, your microphone sounds a little muted.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure why. Can you hear me better now if I step away?
I think a little bit better. What is everybody else?
It sounded raspy.
It just sounds muted. I just don't want people to miss any of the amazing information you have.
So let me see. I'm not sure how to get it unmuted.
Oh, there.
Is this better?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, maybe it was where I was sitting. All right, let's try something else. Can you hear me now? Much better?
It's a little bit of an echo, but let's go ahead and see.
Well, what we have is, so one of the things is that creating meaningful experiences is that she was able to share with Tanos the fact that this dish is one of her family traditional dishes. So working with the chef, they partnered together to create this amazing dish. They offered it on their menu. And later in the program, we're going to give you a glimpse into how we're gonna have you taste this delightful, delicious dish. So Jeanne, I'm going to turn it over to you, and I'm going to see if I can find a spot where it's not such an echo.
No problem. So again, 4 pillars: career experiences, leadership development, community engagement, and then our aftercare, which is what we call our glam squad. Okay. So in reference to the career experiences, we have young people placed in a myriad of different genres. We have partners that specialize in agriculture all the way to veterinary science. We have over 30 partners right now where young people can choose to have an experience where people can choose to have a work experience. They work for 12 weeks for $15 an hour for up to 20 hours a week. The young lady who is on the right side, as you're looking at her, her name is Naomi Samples, and you may have seen her. She may look familiar to you because she is representing Baden High School, and there are billboards of her around town. This amazing young woman participated in what's called the Swell program, in addition to being a law intern here at the city of Hamilton. And what Swell and CHIPS do in conjunction is we work together to bring a holistic or a full, robust experience in the legal profession and develop them. They get to go see different schools. They're able to attend court proceedings. They do research. They even have their own little office while they're here. And so one of the things that we also work on during the career experiences is presentation. Naomi is typically very shy and introverted, but as you can see, she is standing up at the podium, she is making her case, and she participated in what is now our annual mock trial event for our aspiring attorneys. So we have helped to bring her out of her shell. Because again, one of our interests is ensuring that we have transferable skills for these young people that they're able to take away those skills from the program. We've had over 80 interns complete our program since 2020, and we have celebrated 3 years now of successful connections in the city of Hamilton. In 2021, we won the Ohio Economic Development Workforce Excellence Award for obviously excellence in workforce development. And we're very proud of that. You know, we have a myriad of people that have gone through our program that are now full-time employees, and Sean will get into that a little bit, but they also now are residents of the city of Hamilton. And that's what we wanted. That's one of the things that we wanted to show is how you can live, work, and play within the city of Hamilton. We also have our community engagement portion of our program. Our interns visit boards, commissions, they attend city council meetings. They attended the first annual neighborhood summit this year, and they were on a panel, which was amazing. They killed it. We invited young people within our program to represent their ideals and what they think the future in Hamilton should look like. And they were able to more than adequately field questions from their audience, and I think inspire not only connections, but some different visions. We are within the middle of a renaissance, and what we're trying to accomplish is ensuring that our young people know that not only there is a place for them, but their voices are able to be heard here. These young people are also civic minded, and they do give back to the community. So whether it's a cleanup or participating in Juneteenth, or presenting at council, as one of our young people did, Caden Brock, amazing young man, who presented to council, city council, in reference to some changes that he wanted to have made for some dangerous crosswalks in his area in Lindenwold. And city council heard him and complied. You know, he was able to do what's called a leadership round robin at the city of Hamilton, where Caden was able to spend time with all of the executive department heads for the city of Hamilton, and then also had time to spend with Joshua Smith, who is our city manager, and Mayor Patrick Moeller. So these are connections that we are making for these young people that normally would not have these avenues. And they are engaged and engaging. If you look to the far right, the picture with all of us in the life jackets, that was our 6 a.m. river raft reveille. We all got up. And this was coordinated by Tim Wordman, who's the executive director of infrastructure here at the city. And he invited, you know, basically the whole world, which is, you know, what we consider to be Hamilton. And we all went river rafting. These young people were hilarious. We had so much fun, but again, exposing them through work experiences to different facets and interesting points of the city of Hamilton. At the end of our, I think it was like a 5-mile trek, we decided we're definitely doing it again next year. The 6 a.m. was difficult, well worth it.
All right. Is this better? Is this less of an echo?
Yes.
Perfect. Well, our third pillar is leadership development, and it has two components. The first one is education and building business savviness and skill. And we do that in a couple of ways. One is through lunch and learns. And what we do with lunch and learns is every other Friday, we invite leaders within the community to meet with our interns, and they share their expertise. We've had our own illustrious Dan Bates attend a session. We've had Wendy Waters Cannell to attend. We also have topics such as financial planning. We've had people from Ohio. As Jeanne and I shared, we pay our interns $15 an hour. So when you're looking at 16 and 17-year-olds, we want them to understand, how do you manage your money? How do you make good investment decisions? How do you even use credit cards? So we brought in experts to talk about that. We've also brought in entrepreneurs. We have a partnership with Black-owned, and we brought them in to talk about, how do you start a business? What are the highs and lows? What are the things that you need to know, or the areas that you need to get involved in, whether it's the chamber, whether it is Small Business Development Center, all of those resources that are available for our budding entrepreneurs. So that's sort of our education and business savvy piece with our lunch and learns. We also do excursions. So we don't call them field trips, even though we have students. They're excursions in that we want to expose our students to culture, to how our deals made. So if you look at the tiles over in the left-hand corner, upper left hand, you will see Chris Cannell and Tom Vanderhorst. And if you look really closely, we are on the pickleball court. So we understand that those are made in recreational activities such as playing pickleball, or we've taken them to Top Golf. So again, Jeanne is an illustrious coach for Baden girls. So we're really about getting them exposed to recreational things. If you look in the lower right-hand corner, you'll see Brandon Sauber, where we took a tour, and I'm going to go into more detail on that, but we took a tour of Hamilton, and he's talking about the history and some of the legacy leaders that are in Hamilton. So that was very powerful. And so with that piece of the lunch and learns and the excursions, let's dive into Jeanne. Let's go to the next slide. One of our traditional experiences is Experience Hamilton Tour. And this is one of the, when we asked our students, what was one of the most influential things you've had outside of your actual internship? It was the Experience Hamilton Tour. And what this is we partnered with 17 Strong. We received a micro grant from them, and we rent a party bus. And we take them to establishments throughout Hamilton. We take them to businesses such as Petals and Wigs. We take them, if you look in the second row, in the far left-hand side, you will see the Hamilton Community Foundation. We take them there so that they can understand, again, philanthropy. How do you give back to your community? If you look, and that's the stove that Jeanne is going around that actually sits in the Hamilton Community Foundation. So we speak with Katie, we do a tour, we understand the importance of philanthropy and giving back to your community. Right next to that, in the upper left-hand corner, you'll see several of our people at Spooky Nook. Again, that's one of our flagship organizations. So we spent the day there. We ordered food. We went to Petals and Wigs, again, as I shared, a business that's there. We also took them to residential places. Where can you live in Hamilton? Because again, we want our young people to stay here. And what's been really rewarding for us is that we took them to 3rd and Dayton Street. Now we have several of our interns that actually live in 3rd and Dayton Street. We also have several of them that live on the west side in duplexes or in small apartment buildings there. Let's see, what else have we done that makes this Hamilton experience tour very well? And then we've also talked to them about, if you were on a date, where could you go? So we've also done some, we've gone to Markham Park and different things like that. So that's our Experience Hamilton tour.
We also wanted to highlight what one of our hosts thinks of the program. We connect young people with organizations, and the organizations that we have, that we work with, again, over 30 plus, they have to know and have an intrinsic attachment to the success of the program. One, because it's a great thing to do to help and elevate young people, but also because it gives them benefits. And that's one of the things that we saw with Tano's. When Rosalba was with Tano's Bistro, and she actually is still there, they took a look at what their onboarding process was through the eyes of a intern and individual. So they were able to glean some additional insight into their processes. They also received a different perspective because of the dish and the new information that she brought with her, thus the creativity of the dish. So let me go ahead and introduce you to Jim Williams, who is the Director of Public Works, and I will let him tell you in his words.
My name is Jim Williams. I'm the Director of Public Works for the City of Hamilton. And I want to say congratulations to the spring and summer cohort for their CHIPS program here at the City of Hamilton. My affiliation with CHIPS is I'm a board member working side by side with the co-founders, Jeanne and Chamina. We've had two interns that worked with us directly in Public Works, AJ Norman and Adam Wilson. They basically spent about 4 weeks with us in their gas and water division, our streets, sewers, and fleet division, and administration, which is myself and another gentleman by the name of Dan Arthur, who's my assistant public works director. I believe that they were exposed to a number of different activities, construction through administration. My men and the women in our department love working with them, and I know that they learned a lot from those experiences. I would like to thank Mayor Moore, the City Council, as well as Joshua Smith, our city manager, in allowing this program to grow and blossom as it has for minority students throughout this region. I believe that this access as well as opportunity provides a foundation for future success. My name is Jim.
And now our invitation. So you've heard about the program, whom we're working with, and Chamina is going to go into a list of some of our partners that we have in a little bit. But we have an invitation that we'd like to share with everyone within the sound of my voice and further. This November 7th from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m., we will be featuring at Tano's Bistro aspiring chef Rosalba Sanchez. She will be working alongside the chefs at Tano's to bring this amazing al pastor chop to the city of Hamilton, and we will be also fundraising. We will have shirts and food and fun, but you need to make your reservation, obviously, so they know who all's coming. So you can do that either online at Tano's Bistro, or you can give them a call, and I'll give the phone number to you in just a moment. But we wanted to reach out and let the community know that we survive on and flourish on the fundraising efforts that we do. So we have grants, we do have donors, we have host members that they provide the wages for our young people to work at those institutions. And again, this is such a great symbiotic relationship. The wages and the information that we give to the interns that come through spend their money, their time, their efforts, their perspectives, and their creativity within the city of Hamilton, increasing the success of our Renaissance here, which is what we want. They are truly living, working, and playing within the city of Hamilton. So we have had over 80 individuals go through our program. We have contributed almost 300,000 back into the community by virtue of wages and what we pay and what they spend within the city of Hamilton. And we are providing an additional boost to the workforce. Sean?
Yes, so we could not have this program in existence without our many partners. So just take a moment to peruse through the numerous organizations that have contributed and have helped us. And as you look at this list of partners, I want you to think about how could you possibly host an intern? And again, we've had interns to do some amazing things. I want to go back to the meaningful work. We've had some at the YMCA where they've created a 52-week marketing campaign. If you're thinking about social media or upping your marketing, you know the young people are whizzes at that. So we've had some to do that. We've had some of them to work with pets. You see house vets for house pets at Miami University Regionals. They've done some amazing things. And as Jim pointed out, the city of Hamilton has done an amazing job. And the city of Fairfield heard what we were doing in the city of Hamilton, and they reached out to us and said, hey, can we have some of these amazing interns that work for us? So we had a young lady who is a college student at Notre Dame working in IT. She worked with the city of Fairfield and did an amazing job helping them out. So again, we ask that if you're interested in hosting an intern, you can also visit us and host a lunch and learn. We'd love to have you come and visit our young people and share what it is that you do, impart some of your wisdom that you've had. You can also, as Jeanne shared, donations are always welcome. So there are a plethora of ways for you to get involved with CHIPS. So with that, we want to open it up to questions that you may have for us. We can go into as much detail as you like. So we're open.
Okay, I was trying to get to unmute my whatever computer. I can't tell you how impressed I was with the lady who was a part of the CHIPS program. Literally the first week I came on board, and it was that event you guys had over, or that we had over at the fitness center. And the lady that came up, she was a part of the Hamilton group or the Hamilton High School group. And I was so impressed with her. And I know Dan was laughing because I kind of jumped the gun, because I reached out to her and met her family, met her parents, gave her my card, said I liked, how can I get involved? And she says, well, I want you to come and do this. And I was all ready to do it. And Dan says, you might want to talk to Jeanne and Chamina. So I would love to have an opportunity to come to speak to the people, kind of talk about maybe what my background is and things like that. So I would love to get involved. And also I will be calling over to Tano's to make sure I'm on that reservation, because I absolutely will be there. So.
Well, thank you so much. We have young people that are from Xavier University, Miami Regionals, Central State, UC, also Baden High School, Hamilton High School. And these young people are of the highest caliber. Our goal is to not only elevate them and give them experiences, but also determine where the gaps are in their workforce development. We develop them professionally and personally. And that's part of one of the amazing things and what makes us unique about CHIPS. We have a holistic view of the people. And thank you, Gino, for making your reservation.
Yes, Gina, we love that. And there's a question in the chat that says, is the program year round? We actually have 2 cohorts. We have a spring and a summer cohort. The spring starts in February. We're kind of following the college schedule. When we say spring, it starts in February, and then in the summer, it's in June. So generally in June, we have a lot of our high schoolers, because that's when they're out. So the 16 to 18-year-olds. And we love the idea of CHIPS is a family. And the students say that it's a family. So we have cohorts. And it's really good because we've done a lot of recruiting, but what's been nice to see is that they now do recruiting. And I tell you what, they're a little more stringent in their selection process than we are. So we're glad to have them feel rewarded enough about the program to tell their friends that this is the place that you need to be. Mm-hmm. And what's really nice is Hamilton is also the place you need to be. So a lot of the students that are now living here, that the interns that we told you about, they're from the surrounding areas. Their parents are in the township or in Cincinnati, and they've chosen Hamilton to be their place to live, work, and play. So we're excited about that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So what are your requirements to become part of your organization? And do you accept companies outside of Hamilton, or you're trying to keep it all within Hamilton?
So we accept companies outside of Hamilton. We're in Cincinnati, we're in Fairfield. We just got a call from Springdale. What we want to ensure is that our hub, our headquarters is in Hamilton, and that we give our young people the experience of what Hamilton can do. But certainly we have gone outside the city limits of Hamilton just to expand our base and our choices. That's what, that's our vision, to continue to expand and grow. To be in the program, you need to be age 16 through 30. There are applications that are placed online at chipshamilton.com. We work with primarily young people of color, and what we have them do is go through an interview process where we ask varied questions and discern whether or not they are coachable and that they'll fit into the program.
And yeah, Sandy, the coachability is really important. You don't have to know exactly what you want to do as a young person, because again, the part of the program is about creating experiences for you, but we do want you to have like, I'm interested in. And so have some ambition, have some focus of where you'd like to start. Because we've had a number of interns. When we first began, we had a young Miami student. And we approached him and we were saying, hey, he was interested in marketing. We didn't have a marketing position at the time. We had one with IT. We said, hey, have you thought about IT? Would you be interested in IT? He was like, absolutely not. I took a class at Miami and it just wasn't my cup of tea. We said, hey, meet the director of IT at the city of Hamilton. Long story long, he met the director, loved it. They loved him. He ended up doing a second internship with them, and they were prepared to offer him a job when he graduated in December. Fast forward a couple of months, we ended up, remember we talked about community engagement? We ended up doing a board meeting at the Parks Conservancy. He fell in love with the Parks Conservancy. He took the initiative to reach out to them to say, hey, have you thought about a CHIPS intern? They were like, well, maybe we could do one. Long story short, we got on the, actually Jeanne reached out to him. We ended up making a connection. He did an internship with them. In December, he graduated from Miami with his degree, started working at the Parks Conservancy in January. So that's the success story, full-time benefits,
Awesome.
all of that with the Parks Conservancy. So that's the power of what it is that we do and the type of students that we're looking for to have with us.
We have a myriad of stories like that. Our first cohort, we had a young lady that asked 1,000 questions, and I thought, like her right away. She is now in her second year of employment here at the city of Hamilton as an HR assistant. And through different connections, we are connecting her with people that are going to help her get back into school. She'll be beginning her academic career at UC, or finishing her academic career at UC in January with the help of some of the connections that we have. I wanted to talk about helping building programs really quickly. So sometimes when people want interns, but they're like, oh, I don't know what to do, we will help you gather together information so that the interns can have a tangible experience within your organization. That helps you if you're looking for long-term employees. It helps the intern because they have a favorable perspective of your organization, company, and the experience that they've had there. And so it's a win-win for everyone. So if you're thinking about having an intern, but you're like, let us know, let us help you talk through it and give you some ideas. We're really excited about our partnership with Modern Psych. Hey, Jennifer. We will have an intern there in the spring, I believe it is. So we just have so many avenues to assist young folks.
One of the things I know people got a bunch of questions and they'll think about it later. Can you make sure you give an email address, your website, telephone number, so people can contact you also? Absolutely.
So the website address is chipshamilton.com. Please go on, tool around. There's a plethora, as Chamina would say, of information on the website. It'll allow you to ask questions or give you information so that you can ask more questions. And then, of course, there's a way to reach out and contact us. You can reach me at 513-939-8820. And then you can reach Chamina at 513-608-8002. And so we'd love to have you connect, those are both our mobile numbers. So you can text, you can, give us a call. We're happy to answer any questions. If you have other avenues that you would like us to explore, or you think that there may be somebody that's interested that please let us know. We are open and flexible. Any other questions?
They're kind of quiet today.
I'm sorry?
They're kind of quiet today.
Yeah.
But you two did an excellent job of sharing all the information, so they don't have any more questions now.
Well, that works, but if you do have that burning question in the middle of the day, give us a call or text us. I mean, you know, Chamina and I get we're so excited about the amazing young people that we come across. Let me tell you, if you're looking for a refresh, if you're looking for new ideas, if you are looking for new perspectives, this age group, the age group 16 to 30, they are phenomenal. They just need to know where there's a space for them. And they are happy to share ideas, and they are in abundance. Let me tell you.
I concur. If you were at the summit, the neighborhood summit, and you got a chance to see them in action. Now, here's the thing. They will tell you the truth.
Yeah.
As Joshua found out, like they have opinions and they will share. So,
respectfully.
Yes, they were very respectful, but that's what we want, right? We want to know the next generation, we're in good hands with the next generation. And we hear so many negative stories that it's really refreshing when you can have a group of people that are committed, they're excited, they're engaged, they want to make a difference, and they want to make an impact in various ways, in a myriad of ways, as Jeanne shared.
We've had, I'll just give you just a couple more tidbits. We've had a young person complete a whole, not demonstration, but a whole light show at Pyramid Hill. We've had someone come into Baden and retool their program for attendance. I mean, this young lady created a whole program. We had someone go into another organization and create an entire social media and marketing plan. We've had a young lady that the 52-week marketing program for volunteers, that was at the YMCA. I've had a young person here who was in the IT department. He created the new system where you're able to order your birth certificate online in the lobby. He created that. I mean, there's just so many amazing things that these folks can do. And we are certainly blessed and appreciative that we're in the midst of that.
Jeanne, we have a question in the chat that says, how many students or interns do we have? Generally, it's been 20 to 25 are what we have. And a cohort, right? Our fourth pillar was committed aftercare. So once you go through our program, we just don't drop you and say, have a nice life. We ask the question of what's next for you. So for some people, it may be, I want to get my real estate license. So we've paid for people to get their real estate license. For our 16 and 17-year-olds, some of them are like, hey, I just want to get my license, because transportation is a big part of working. We'll take you driving to help you get your license. For other people, it may be, I need a wardrobe, we'll take you shopping. That would be Jeanne would take them shopping to do that.
Shaman is the driving instructor.
So a
little on the edge for me.
Exactly right. We stay with them as long as they will have us with them, because it's really about developing the next generation of leaders.
Yeah. We're on the phone with these young people checking in for all sorts of things. I had someone contact me about creating their LLC for their business. We have budding entrepreneurs. So on Mother's Day, that's what I was doing. Chamina has traveled to see a showcase of a young poet laureate up at Ohio State. I mean, Bowling Green. I mean, we believe in the mission, but we also believe in robustly supporting these individuals to the next stage of whatever that next stage is for them. So yeah, it's just amazing to be in the midst of that.
I really want to thank both of you ladies for the program, for taking the initiative to do this for people that sometimes feel left out. So this is so important. And I know that the chamber has been involved with you guys, and anything we can do to help and support, please let us know. So thank you so much for what you both of you ladies do.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
And this will be recorded, so we'll put it on our YouTube channel. So if you need to share the link out about this, we can get you the link. I'm happy to share all that information with anyone that you need to share with. So if you're on Facebook or checking us out on YouTube later, watch any of our past videos we've got for our coffee and conversations. So any last questions for Jeanne or Chamina? All right. We will be back on Tuesday, November 14th. We will have another amazing coffee and conversations. This is featuring Vivian Watkins with the Minority Business Assistance Center. Dan, are you able to come off of mute? Vivian's going to be sharing about MBE, WBE, VBE, and EDGE certification processes and financial assistance opportunities. Dan, I'll assume you have something you can elaborate on this.
Well, just that if you are a minority business, a minority entrepreneur thinking about a business, or you work with minority businesses, you don't want to miss this episode. And minority is pretty broad encompassing. So, including women-owned business, veteran-owned businesses as well. So it's going to be a very valuable episode for people to be part of. And also, I just want to put in a plug, don't forget about our Lonely Entrepreneur program, which is free to users who register through us, which is also very valuable, robust program that has over 1,000 training modules on it for existing businesses and entrepreneurs.
Exactly. Great information there. So I don't know, Jeanne, Chamina, you might want to check out some of the next coffee and conversation because that might be pertinent to
We already signaled that we're going to be there.
I can see you too. You're like, oh yeah, we need to do this. And if you miss it, it's recorded later, so you can always check it out later. So yeah, we're glad to have you all with us. Thank you so much, Jeanne and Chamina. This is a great program. The Chamber is very happy to be involved with this and very supportive of anything you need. We're here for you. And then we'll see you all in a couple weeks.
Great.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Have a great day, everybody.